Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So, in this video, yes, we have so much more to talk about on Sean Diddy Combs. We know it's Halloween, but Diddy is taking precedence over everything else. So we're gonna just call it Diddyween because that's literally what it is. Because we are accustomed to getting daily reports on Sean Diddy Combs, but ever since yesterday, there have been back-to-back reports non-stop. Now, also, the author of that Kim Porter book, Courtney Burgess, he is now speaking to media outlets. He's doing interviews, and he also has a independent hearing. He has already Sean Diddy Combs' grand jury. They have already, listened to Courtney Burgess' testimony because he said that, Kim Porter memoir was handed to him by a close friend of Kim Porter. He's saying that there's so many tapes. He has seen at least, I think he said 8 or 11. And on these tapes, he can confirm that there are 2 A-list celebrity minors with Sean Diddy Combs and other A-list celebrities. Now, Courtney Burgess has a separate hearing because he's going to have to go into court, tell the court how he came by these evidence that he has, who gave him what, the book and all of that. And the feds are saying that he's going to have to hand over everything. But the court hearing is just to hear, how much he knows, what he has in his possession, and how he obtained all of this evidence against Sean Diddy Combs. So we have that going on, and we have Sean Diddy Combs' attorney. They are about to face off with a 3-panel judge in the next couple of days because it is on Sean Diddy Combs' birthday, which I think is, November 4th. If not, I think it's the 9th. Someone correct me on that if I'm wrong. No. In case you guys are not aware, Sean Diddy Combs was arrested on September 16th on racketeering charges, human trafficking, ex-trafficking, with other charges to be added later on. They're looking at charges such as wire fraud, and the list goes on. No, there's a new report out because, we're not going to see these reports. This report is talking about Sean Diddy Combs' NDA disclosures that he gives to people to sign before they attend his party. These NDAs are so ridiculous. Like, he's saying, you cannot talk about me, my exes, staff, close relatives and friends. You can't post anything on social media about us, even up to 10 or 20 years. If he should pass. So the NDAs have like a 50 to 70 years time span. But one thing we all know about NDA is that when it comes to legalities, the NDA is null and void. It's just that you cannot write a book, you cannot create a podcast, you cannot do a podcast interview or all of that. But when it comes to legalities, you have to speak up if you're subpoenaed to speak on a certain matter, right? So, this is what they're talking about. TMZ has obtained a copy of the NDA that Sean Diddy Combs gives out to his guests. Now, we're going to get into this report from TMZ. TMZ is saying Diddy freak of NDA reveal. You can't talk ish about anyone in my world. Now, guys. The report is saying Diddy's party for the rich and famous have long been shrouded in mystery, but now TMZ can show why, because we've obtained a standard NDA. Combs asks party attendees to sign. The document, a pretty standard non-disclosure agreement, prevents signee from sharing information related to Diddy, his family members, current or former partner, spouse, friends of business associates. Now, they include the NDA. It's really fine. I'm not going to read it, but I'm going to insert it in the video for you guys so you can go through it. I'm going to ensure that, you can see it even if you need to put your glasses on, okay? Now, they're saying the NDA tells a signee not to photograph, film or record or have any other person photograph, film, or record Diddy or anyone in his orbit without his written consent, and specifically names a social media site where attendees can post photos Diddy doesn't sign off on. So basically they're saying that names social media sites where Diddy's can't post photos Diddy doesn't sign off on. So if he can't post photos on those, he doesn't sign off on those or anything like that. Now they're saying that the attendees are not to give interviews, write books, or otherwise disseminate information about Diddy or the parties without prior written consent. Also, quite frankly, it is pretty boilerplate NDA, and you can read it all for yourself. But the basic gist is that anyone attending these parties needs Diddy's written consent to share any information. Worth noting, the NDA lasts for the life of the artist, plus 20 years after their death, or a grand total of 70 years, whichever is longer. The length of NDAs varies from agreement to agreement, but this is certainly on the longer side. So you know that he has a lot to protect. Now TMZ goes in to talk about Diddy's arrest, J-Lo, and all of that. No. We're going to end that article right there. Now you know that Sean Diddy Combs, he has applied for bail, 2 times, denied. He has appealed, denied. So what they're saying is that Sean Diddy Combs is a threat to society, because they're saying that Sean Diddy Combs reached out to, victims and he tried to bribe them and all of that. So they're saying he's a threat to society. Irrespective of the fact that they have offered an impressive bail package, one that, states that Sean Diddy Combs will not leave the house. He will be under 24-hour monitoring, which would be accessible and always available to the court. And he would only have, his immediate family members over. That's his kids, his mom, and his legal team. He's saying no one outside of that would be allowed into his premises. And if he has to leave the house, the court will be notified ahead of time, and he would pay for the court to provide the security and the consistent monitoring. All of that has been denied. He is still fighting. So in the next couple of days, his legal team, they're going to face off with a 3-panel judge, and we know how that is going to go. They're not going to grant him bail. But some people are still optimistic. So I want to know if you are one of those optimistic individuals who believe that Sean Diddy Combs is going to be let out on bail the next couple of days. I want to hear from you guys. Remember, also, thumbs up, subscribe, and stay safe. See you guys in my next video. Bye guys.